Get the FCK out of here, bitch. General Morrison's voice echoes across the training camp, his face red with rage, spit flying from his mouth, pointing his finger at the blonde woman in civilian clothes standing calmly in front of him. But what she says next changes everything. Stand by. One word, 2 syllables, 8 letters. The general's face goes white. His mouth drops open. His finger slowly lowers. But here's what you need to understand about that single word. It's not what she said. It's how she said it. With the authority of someone who's given that command to hundreds of soldiers under enemy fire. Ma'am. Where did you learn that terminology? The woman adjusts her business suit jacket. Learn what, General? But Morrison's mind is racing. Stand by isn't civilian language. It's military radio protocol. Tactical communications. The way special operations commanders control their teams during high-stress situations. Here's where it gets interesting. I need to see some identification. She reaches into her purse, pulls out a standard driver's license. Amanda Cross, civilian contractor. But the general notices something else. The way she moves. Not like a contractor, like someone trained in close quarters combat. Someone who's been in situations where the wrong movement could mean death. Miss Cross, what's your business on this base? Equipment inspection, sir. Wait until you see his reaction. Equipment inspection? You're not on any roster I've seen. Amanda pulls out a tablet, shows him authorization codes, Pentagon clearance levels, security credentials that make Morrison's eyes widen. Ma'am, these clearances are above my security level. But here's what the general doesn't know yet. Amanda Cross isn't her real name. Those credentials aren't from the Pentagon contracting office, and that standby command just revealed 23 years of military experience she's been hiding for the past 4 months. General, I need to inspect your advanced weapons systems. Morrison stares at her. Something about her presence commands respect, not the kind earned through rank or position, the kind earned through blood and combat. Ma'am, I'm going to need verification from higher command. But what she does next will shock you. Amanda pulls out a secure satellite phone, dials a number that connects directly to the Pentagon. The call goes through on the first ring. This is Cross. Authorization Charlie 7 Alpha. I need immediate verification of my inspection authority. She hands the phone to Morrison. General Morrison, this is Secretary of Defense Williams. You will provide Ms. Cross with complete access to all requested systems. No questions, no delays. Is that understood? Morrison's hand trembles as he takes the phone. Yes, sir. Completely understood. But here's what you need to understand about authority. Real authority doesn't come from rank insignia or uniform decorations. It comes from the confidence earned through making life and death decisions under impossible pressure. The general hands back the phone. Miss Cross, what do you need to inspect? Your sniper training facility. Morrison's eyebrows raise. Ma'am, that's classified above most clearance levels. Not above mine. But here's where the mystery deepens. As they walk toward the weapons facility, Amanda moves differently. Not like someone inspecting equipment, like someone who knows exactly where everything is located. Someone who's been here before. Miss Cross, have you inspected this facility previously? Something like that. They enter the sniper training building. Advanced rifle systems, precision optics, ballistics computers, equipment worth millions of dollars. But Amanda doesn't inspect the gear. She examines the training targets. 800-meter range, 1000-meter range, extreme distance shooting positions. General, what's your longest confirmed training shot? 1200 meters, ma'am. Amanda picks up one of the sniper rifles. M24 weapon system. Checks the scope alignment. Tests the trigger pull. Handles it like she's done this thousands of times before. This is where everything changes. Mind if I try a shot? Morrison hesitates. Ma'am, these are precision military weapons, requires extensive training. I'll be careful. She assumes a shooting position, perfect form, controlled breathing, professional grip. Everything about her stance screams advanced military training. But here's what happens next that nobody expects. Amanda doesn't aim at the 1200-meter target. She aims at the 1500-meter target, a distance that pushes the limits of the rifle system. Ma'am, that target is beyond effective range. We'll see. She controls her breathing. Heart rate drops. The world narrows to crosshairs and calculation. Amanda squeezes the trigger. 1500 meters away, the target explodes. Perfect center mass. Impossible shot with a rifle she'd never fired before. in wind conditions she hadn't calibrated for. General Morrison stared through his binoculars. Jesus Christ, that's impossible. But what she says next will blow your mind. Not impossible, General, just requires the right training. Morrison sets down his binoculars. Ma'am, where did you learn to shoot like that? Fort Bragg, Quantico, several other places. What other places? Here's where the truth starts coming out. Classified locations, General. Ma'am, I need to know who you really are. Amanda saves the rifle and stands. For 4 months, she's avoided this conversation, but some skills are impossible to hide when you use them. What do you think, General? Morrison studies her face, the calm confidence, the tactical awareness, the way she handled military equipment like it was an extension of her body. I think you are military, special operations, former military. But the general isn't satisfied with that answer. Ma'am, I'm going to run your biometrics through the classified personnel database. Go ahead. Morrison pulls out his secure tablet, scans Amanda's fingerprints. The search runs through Department of Defense records. What appears on his screen makes him sit down hard. Colonel Amanda Cross, U.S. Army Special Operations Command. 23 years active duty. Combat deployments. Classified. Operational specialty. Classified. Current status. He stops reading and looks up. Retired under classified circumstances. Here's what you need to understand about that file. Colonel Amanda Cross wasn't just another special operations officer. For 16 years, she was the most effective sniper instructor in U.S. Special Operations Command. Trained over 800 elite marksmen. Developed curriculum used across all military branches. Operational code name, Professor, General. You're actually Colonel Cross? For 4 months, Professor was a ghost. The legendary instructor who disappeared after one classified incident. The teacher who trained an entire generation of military snipers. But legends don't inspect equipment as civilian contractors. I'm just Amanda Cross now, General. But Morrison has questions that demand answers. Colonel, why are you here under false identity? Amanda removes her business jacket. Underneath, tactical gear, body armor, professional equipment that costs more than most soldiers make in a year. Because some missions require unofficial status. Wait until you hear what she says next. General, your sniper training program is producing marksmen with 63% accuracy at extended range. That's not acceptable. Morrison's confusion deepens. Ma'am, that's above military standards. Not above mine. But here's what the general doesn't know yet. Amanda isn't here to inspect equipment. She's here to evaluate whether Morrison's training program is worth saving, whether his instructors deserve to keep their positions. Colonel, what's this really about? Amanda pulls out another secure device, shows him classified reports, sniper accuracy statistics from recent deployments, failure rates that cost lives. 3 American snipers missed critical shots in the past 6 months. Targets escaped. Missions failed. Soldiers died. The general reads the reports. His face grows pale. All 3 snipers trained at your facility. But here's where it gets personal. Colonel, if our training is inadequate, what do you recommend? Amanda picks up the sniper rifle again. I recommend you let me fix it. Fix what? Everything. Morrison stares at her. You want to take over sniper training? I want to save lives. Here's what you need to understand about purpose. Professor didn't retire because she wanted to stop training snipers. She disappeared because military bureaucracy prevented her from teaching soldiers the skills they needed to survive. Now she's back, unofficially, to do what the system wouldn't let her do officially. Colonel, what would you need? Complete authority over curriculum, no interference from command structure, freedom to train soldiers the way they need to be trained. That's a lot of authority for a retired officer, but what she shows him next ends all arguments. Amanda pulls out her final piece of identification. Not a driver's license, not contractor credentials, a Presidential Medal of Freedom citation. Colonel Amanda Cross, in recognition of extraordinary service to the United States of America, for developing training methodologies that saved the lives of hundreds of American service members. Morrison reads the citation twice. Ma'am, this is the highest civilian honor, awarded for training snipers who came home alive. The general hands back the medal. Colonel, what do you need from me? Your best instructors, your most motivated students, and permission to train them the way I trained their predecessors. But here's what makes this more than just training. For the next 8 weeks, Amanda transforms Morrison's sniper program, not just improving accuracy, teaching judgment, decision-making under pressure, the difference between shooting targets and protecting lives. Her methods aren't conventional. She doesn't use standard military protocols. She teaches soldiers to think like hunters, to move like ghosts, to shoot like machines, but most importantly, she teaches them to come home. On graduation day, Morrison watches Amanda's students demonstrate their skills. Accuracy rates, 94% at extended range. Reaction times, 40% faster than previous classes. Colonel, these results are unprecedented. Amanda observes her students through binoculars. These results keep people alive, but here's the real victory. 3 months later, Morrison receives deployment reports. Every sniper trained by Amanda's program performed flawlessly in combat. Every shot taken achieved its objective. Every mission completed successfully. 0 casualties among sniper teams. That evening, Morrison finds Amanda preparing to leave the base. Colonel, where will you go next? Wherever soldiers need better training. Will you stay in an official capacity? Amanda packs her equipment. Official capacity limits what I can teach. Unofficial status gives me freedom to save lives. Morrison hands her a secure communication device. For the next time we need Professor. She pockets the device. There will always be a next time, General. Here's where the story reaches its conclusion. 6 months later, Amanda Cross appears at another military base. Different name, different cover identity. Same mission. A young captain sees her civilian clothes and makes the same mistake Morrison made. Questions her authority. Demands her credentials. Amanda looks at him calmly. Stand by. The captain's face changes. Recognition dawns, not of her identity, but of the authority in her voice. Ma'am, how can I assist you? Because real authority doesn't come from rank or uniform. It comes from the respect earned through saving lives. Remember Amanda Cross the next time you encounter someone whose abilities seem to extend beyond their apparent position. Someone whose calm confidence suggests training they can't discuss. Real heroes don't retire from protecting others. They just find new ways to serve. Professor never disappeared. She evolved, from official instructor to unofficial guardian, from training hundreds to saving thousands. Here's what you need to understand about hidden protectors. They're everywhere. The quiet consultant whose expertise suggests classified experience. The humble contractor whose skills extend far beyond their job description. The modest civilian whose presence commands military respect. They chose unofficial status not because they stopped serving, but because they found better ways to serve. New soldiers to train, new lives to save, new missions that matter more than recognition. And when someone challenges their authority, when bureaucracy threatens their mission, they respond with the quiet confidence earned through decades of protecting others, with one word that changes everything. Stand by.